Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for the trophy presentation for the gentlemen's singles final.
Royal watchers and experts were recently moved by a touching moment between Princess Charlotte and her mother, Princess Kate, during their appearance at Wimbledon. It was a modest yet powerful gesture that revealed not just a growing bond between mother and daughter, but also Charlotte's emotional maturity and empathy at such a young age. This small act didn't go unnoticed and has since sparked warm reactions from the public and professionals alike. Princess Charlotte, the 10-year-old daughter of the Prince and Princess of Wales, made an appearance in the royal box at the Wimbledon men's final alongside her parents and her older brother, Prince George. Despite the intense heat that Sunday, Charlotte managed to carry herself with grace and poise, traits she's becoming known for. Wearing sunglasses and holding a traditional Wimbledon fan, she calmly watched the intense match, maintaining both her composure and her elegance throughout the event. But what truly melted hearts wasn't just her behavior as a young royal, it was a moment of simple kindness directed toward her mother, Princess Kate. As the sun beat down on the royal box, Charlotte was seen using her fan not just for herself, but also to cool down her mother. It was a sweet, almost unnoticed action, yet it held so much meaning. Early childhood expert Sophie David shared her insights on this beautiful moment with GB News, describing it as a heartwarming example of Charlotte's growing empathy and emotional awareness. According to Sophie, this moment highlighted how children, even at a young age, can pick up on the emotional and physical needs of their parents. She saw her mother was likely feeling warm, possibly even exhausted, and her instinct was to offer comfort, Sophie explained. That's a reflection of both her upbringing and the deep emotional connection she shares with her mother. She added that Charlotte's actions are particularly touching when you consider Kate's recent health struggles. Though details have been private, it's been made known that the Princess of Wales is undergoing cancer treatment, and her appearance at Wimbledon was one of her first public events since her diagnosis. In that context, Charlotte's gesture takes on an even deeper level of meaning. It was not just about the heat, but about love, support, and presence. Sophie emphasized that moments like these show how closely children observe their parents. They might not always express their concern with words, but their actions often reveal their understanding and compassion, she said. In Charlotte's case, the way she extended that tiny bit of care to her mother in front of the world is a beautiful example of the emotional intelligence she's developing. It also reflects the kind of nurturing and emotionally aware environment she's growing up in. Royal fans were quick to notice and praise Charlotte not only for her thoughtful behavior but also for how composed and mature she appeared throughout the day. Many people pointed out her growing confidence in public, especially during a moment where she shook hands with King Felipe VI of Spain, a significant interaction that royal watchers saw as a sign of her potential as a future working royal. This was Charlotte's third visit to Wimbledon, and each time she has managed to impress observers with her natural grace and awareness. But this most recent visit stood out because of how layered and meaningful it was. The world has watched Princess Kate step back from public duties due to her health, and her reappearance at Wimbledon was a highly anticipated moment. She appeared radiant yet serene, walking alongside her husband and children with dignity and strength. For many, it was uplifting just to see her smile again. But alongside all the headlines about her return, another story unfolded, one that wasn't spoken aloud but captured in a simple glance and touch between mother and daughter. One particularly touching moment occurred during a brief pause before the match began, when the royal family stood for a moment of silence. While many eyes were on Princess Kate, it was Charlotte's subtle action that truly resonated. Standing close to her mother, the young princess gently reached out and held Kate's hand. It wasn't scripted, it wasn't for show. It was a quiet, intimate message. "I'm here, Mum." Kate, ever composed, responded with a gentle smile and a soft touch in return, a silent but deeply meaningful exchange between mother and daughter in a very public setting. Body language experts who reviewed footage of the moment noted that such gestures often say far more than words ever could. Especially in royal circles where protocol often governs public behavior, these rare moments of raw emotion stand out. And in Charlotte's small gesture, there was an outpouring of love, solidarity, and support. It reminded many of just how powerful the bond between a mother and daughter can be, particularly one that's been strengthened by facing personal trials together. Princess Kate's ongoing health battle has undoubtedly affected the entire family, but seeing her daughter extend such a heartfelt act of care gives a glimpse into the strength and closeness of their relationship. What makes this even more remarkable is Charlotte's young age. At just 10 years old, she is already demonstrating qualities that many associate with adulthood: empathy, attentiveness, and emotional sensitivity. These aren't things that can be rehearsed or coached for public appearances. They're natural responses shaped by love, family values, and life experiences. As the royal family continues to navigate both public responsibilities and private challenges, moments like these resonate with the public. They remind people that beyond the titles, duties, and ceremonies, they are still a family, one with its own struggles, strengths, and triumphs. Charlotte's kind gesture at Wimbledon is a shining example of how the next generation of royals are growing up not just to carry on traditions, but to do so with heart, compassion, and humanity. In the end, it wasn't the grandeur of Wimbledon or the formality of a royal appearance that left the deepest impression. It was the quiet act of a young girl using her fan to cool her mother, and then reaching out to hold her hand, actions that need no words to be understood. It's in those small, genuine moments where love truly speaks the loudest. Let me know if you'd like this turned into a narrated YouTube script or shortened for a blog post.